welcome back to the channel, everybody. If it's your first time here, my name's Andre, Eagle Express, and we do expediting freight. And guess what? Welcome back to another round of Escalade flooring hauling. You guys see that? Here's the deal. The van got fixed, drove like 400 miles, no problem. I was driving it at home. Then I went on that Nevada load, previous video, if it's going to be in a row. Anyways, went on a Nevada load and broke down almost on the border with Idaho and Nevada. Had like 200 something miles left to my destination, to the gold mine. So the van broke down. I still haven't fixed it yet because the mechanic that was dealing with it, we're going to let him do it because he's going to warranty if it's something that he replaced. If it's not something that he did that's wrong with it, then obviously, yeah, it's another out-of-pocket cost for me. But it already cost me a big fortune, $6,300. So with everything that I could calculate, that I could remember, and I don't really even want to remember anything else. If there's a bigger amount, I don't want to know what it is. If I forgot something, I don't want to know what I forgot because it's already $6,300. So supposedly it's gonna get fixed. Well, supposedly the guy's gonna come out tomorrow. He would have came today, but I had to do a carpet pickup roll. So basically, when these come out and broker asks us, hey, can you haul it, and what would be the rate? So then broker has to get the rate approved. It usually is not on the fly. These things get approved. It could take a day, 2, 3, a week, and then and then she says, well, the rate's been approved, so when can you haul it? She says, the rate's been approved. Are you still able to do this? And then she says, well, then she has to call the customer, who's the receiver, and figure out an appointment time or figure out what time they can receive or that kind of stuff. And then once she does, then she asks me, hey, can you do it on this day? And I say yes, and then, and then it goes. Well, my theory was, this was asked about last week, and my theory was, hey, it's going to get fixed by then, but the van never got fixed. It's a 20-pound roll of like decking carpet. It's the same kind of carpet, actually. Same kind of carpet, guys, that I did the inside of the van, and a lot of our drivers do the inside of their van with. It's really light, and it cuts down on the noise and makes it look a little homey when you actually, carpet your walls inside. So somebody is getting a 20-pound roll, getting a fancy ride in an Escalade on this roll. It's never going to get this this kind of a drive again. So the road must be feeling happy. Customer, I called him, told him my ETA is anywhere between 4:30 and 5. I might even make up some time, so I'll call him again. One thing I was going to bring with me and then I forgot last minute is fly fishing pole to try fly fishing on the way back, because I'll be in the great area for that. The load goes to what is the name of this town? It's like northeast of Great Falls. It's Fort Benton, Montana. Some little tiny town. I came to pick up the load. Shipper was okay with me picking it up in this vehicle, so I got loaded, no problem. It fits just kitty corner like this, right up on top. So you guys know. That's how it sits. It's a 12-foot roll, 144 inch long. Thank goodness. I mean, I should have a backup van, I guess. I've been thinking about it, but loads have been so slow lately that honestly, a backup van, I don't, paying insurance on a backup van, that is not worthwhile. West Coast is dead for freight, and whatever comes out is pretty much just, I don't know how much it goes for. I mean, there's some brokers that do or could pay, but Had a guy come out of West Coast and head east to Arkansas a week ago, and 55 cents is what it took. 55 cents out of Seattle. That's amazing. I have no words. That's the nicest word I can think of to say it. So to have like a backup van and pay insurance on it, it's not worth it. Am I going to keep hauling in an Escalade? No, I'm not, because this is not a car for freight. I mean, it saved me, many times. It saved me, I don't know, maybe 5 times already, maybe more, probably more, because even one time I broke down in the silver van in my driveway. It just shut off on me because the alternator died. So I made it all the way in my driveway, pushed it with the tractor, then unloaded the freight, put it in the back of this, and it fit. That pallet fit back here, and I took it to delivery. And that was the very, very first time, a long, long time ago, like right when we got this actually vehicle, that I ended up hauling my first load with it. It's not made for that. It's not designed for that. It's not what I want it to do. But hey, the load paid a round trip. I already agreed to it. It paid great because it's a residential delivery. It goes nowhere, so they don't send a semi truck out there. And I got blessed. That's all I gotta say. I'm blessed. So it's like almost 400 miles one way. So I'll be having almost an 800 mile day today by the time I return home. And yes, I am going to be driving straight through there and straight through back. Get home as soon as possible. If you guys are thinking of doing like, 300, 400, 500 mile run days, you guys, it's going to be a waste of time for you and your dispatcher. And especially when freight is so slow. Basically, what's happening is there's a lot less freight on the boards, and the freight that is actually there, it goes for cheap. I don't know what the prices are, but we're having a hard time keeping every single driver busy and loaded daily. It doesn't even happen because the freight's so cheap. I mean, if the driver wants to go for, 60, 65 cents, then I'm pretty sure we can load him, but that's ridiculous. The fuel's not even $1 a mile to go for that low. Maybe if fuel was 89 cents a gallon, then yeah, you could afford to do that, but I don't know. Freight world is tough right now. Everybody knows it. I don't know if it's the tariffs. I don't know what it is. If it's the recession, whatever it is, whatever the case is. If you guys already bought a van, well, you got to work hard to, stay busy. But if you haven't bought one and you're thinking about buying one, well, you could buy the van and maybe hold on to it. But just to start driving, I think you kind of have to be like either retired, semi-retired, or have some other kind of income flowing in. Because as it stands right now, to be honest with you, some drivers do get busy. Some drivers, we've had $5,000 weeks. But most drivers do more standing than driving. And we pick and choose the loads until we cannot pick and choose anymore, because there's no picking and choosing anymore. It's either you go where it goes or you just don't go, because even the deadhead miles out of dead zones, they don't want to pay those either. So I hope it changes. That's all I got to say. It's not a good situation on the market, and I hope it changes very soon, very fast, because, not everybody's retired, and not everybody wants to drive, the van for fun. People want to make money doing this. And right now, it's kind of like people are driving to camp in a van and, have fun. That's how it's like. Just the honest truth, Some of you guys might say, well, I'm doing great or I'm doing okay. But some are doing great. Some are doing okay. Some are just barely scraping by. And some are just unhappy that they're in this business because, some people can't clear the mileage. So that's already something. Some people don't want to go to a certain area. So that's, that takes away from the loads that are already hard to get. It's just a big mess right now. That's all it is. Big mess. The only thing I'm disappointed right now, more than anything, is because I forgot my fishing pole. I wanted to do the fly fishing out here in Montana. Wanted to get some more practice in for camp. I'm going to be going camping to Idaho, so in the middle of nowhere where it's, I forgot what it is, Boise River or something like that out there. Anyways, out in the sticks in Idaho, and good nature, good fishing out there supposedly. So we'll see. I wanted to get a little more practice in, but totally forgot, and I didn't want to turn around and waste my time coming back home and then driving back out. Just wasn't an option. Drove through this area so many times and never bothered to even look what's on the right hand side, but I will show you guys. This is a pretty fancy place. Let's go closer to the water. Let's see. And this is the day. This is the day as I'm going to be driving back from here home with daylight hours and not have my fishing pole with me. Can you believe that? Always lower my window as well when I'm messing around getting out of the car, because you don't want to accidentally be locked out. Look at this. I'm sure there's fish here. And throughout the whole area, as you're going from, like, even from Great Falls to Helena, look at this. Or from, like, Great Falls going south on I-15, everywhere, there's so many pull-offs where you can pull off and just get to fishing. It's a nice, like, picnic area over there, some grassy areas. Maybe we'll drive by real quick. Look at that. I want to see what kind of bugs. What do we have for bugs? What are fish eating right now? That's what I want to see. Let's see if we got anything here. Nothing in that one. Try not to get wet. Nothing in that one either. Some of these are hard. See if this one has anything good. Nothing. Where's the bugs? I want to see what fish are eating right now. That's how you know what type of fly to throw, I guess. And look at me being Mr. Know-It-All without knowing anything. Only dipped my pole a couple of times in the water. Look at this. Beautiful Montana. What else can you ask for out here? Next time I'm going to Great Falls, I'm pulling over here. But it's always been, by the time I get over this area, it's always either dark or I'm coming back and it's dark and I gotta get to my pickup or whatnot. No bugs. Nothing. What are they eating right now? Look at that, so clean. Anyways. The day that I could do it on my way back. Even on the way there, I could have told them I'm going to be half an hour later than I am. I'm just still trying to throw something in and maybe catch something. Always some kind of a disappointment throughout transit. Not that I'm complaining too much, but hey, life could have been better today, honestly. Let's go see what the heck we have here. spot itself. Camping fees, okay. So $12 per site. You can come camp here. And here's the spots. Right by the river. Look at this. Spot here, spot there, spot kind of everywhere. Yeah, there's no hookups, but hey, what are you gonna do? You could stick a van anywhere and just go fishing out here. This is the would be the perfect life of an expediter. If you guys are into doing this kind of work, this is it. There's water. We got water. And then just any spot, you could have a waterfront spot. Look at this. Nobody's here. Nobody here. Look how many spots. Beauty. Beautiful beauty. Anyways. If you're ever traveling in Montana, you guys could always find a spot like this. Come camping, $12 a night. What else can you ask for? Yep, my freight delivered right to this house right there in that little garage. Now I'm backing out of here and heading back home. Oh, let's see. There we go. Everybody's friendly here in Montana. I don't think I've met anybody who has been unfriendly in Montana yet. Even the tattooed, bad-looking boys that worked at Zips, or not at Zips, that it looked like big biker dudes, straight out of jail, all tatted up. And they were working at the Subway in one of them other towns where I delivered a carpet roll. Even those guys were super nice. So yeah, everybody's nice out here. But yeah, he was surprised that, let's see, which way is the way out of here? There's a gas station. I think I'm going to fill up over here at least a little bit first and then head out. He was surprised that, he was like, you got to do a logbook in that Cadillac? I'm like, no. Logbook in the Cadillac, come on. 321, I'm going to go that other gas station. Yeah, he was a little bit surprised. He was like, oh, you don't have to do logbook in that? I'm like, no, I don't have to do logbook in a personal vehicle. Come on now. Well, they got a decent size, a school with a field and 2 gas stations in this town, and that's it. It is really a tiny, tiny little town, I'm telling you. Tiny, tiny. 321 for gas, which is pretty good. Same as it pretty much everywhere. I think this morning I filled up for like 329 or 327. What are those things? Fill up and go, guys. Got me some gas station snacks for the road. New flavor, white peach, sugar-free. And then some chili, pecan corn nuts, some ranch corn nuts, and some Fiji water. This is the stuff that gets you all the way home, guys, if you didn't know. Fiji water. Got 6 hours and 32 minutes to home. You see that? So should be there by 11 p.m. Not bad. Not bad at all. 12, 13, 14. So 12. I left before 8. It was like 7:40. I left the house. So if it was going to be 7:40 again, that's 12 hours. So like 16-hour day-ish. 16-hour day. Not bad. Not bad at all. Hey, I'm just glad that I didn't have to cancel this or put the broker in a bad situation or anything like that, because honestly, what is this? Is this a 1-lane bridge? What? I've never seen this before. Look at that. 1 lane. Are you kidding me? If you guys have seen that before, let me know. Wow. 1 lane. Can you believe that? That's one of a kind. You guys just experienced something that I've never seen myself before on the road. Wow. Anyways, I'm just glad we didn't have to cancel the load and it just got delivered as it needed and it fit and everybody was good and happy. Customers happy. I'm happy. It's been slow and it's been cheap and it's been non-existent in our area. Well, there's been some freight, but my van's been down before and then I got that load, then it broke down again. So I'm kind of like, man, you know what I mean? By the time I'm done with this van, it's going to be a brand new van. Seriously, literally, brand new van. It's going to have everything fixed. I hope. Maybe it's time to upgrade. What do you guys think? Write in the comments. Is it time? Is it time to upgrade? Is it time to try the Ford Transit? Because that's what I'm leaning to next. I don't want a gas Sprinter because those parts are harder to find. They're more rare. I know the new ones are supposedly... What is this? That's some kind of a scenic turn. What is this? Let's go see the scenic something. I don't want a gas Sprinter, even though I can get another big one or whatnot, but there's no way I want a gas. No gas. No gas for me. This is pretty cool looking. It's like a big dip, big hole over there. Oh, let's see. People having fun. People having fun out here. I see a bunch of cans. Oh, okay. On camera it might look silly for you guys, but railroad that nobody uses, it looks like, or hasn't used for who knows how long, years and years and years probably. Look at that. It's got ties missing, so half of it's hanging off. Half of that railroad's just hanging off the cliff. Look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, well, how about that? You guys get to see something I get to see. This is pretty cool, just to sit here chill. They don't even have any. Okay, they got some benches, but I could totally eat a lunch on a picnic here. Definitely. All right, let's go home, because my 11 p.m. isn't going to happen if I keep stopping everywhere. But that's just something I like to do, because this is part of the job that you get to enjoy if you're that kind of a person. And I'm that kind of a person. I don't really like sitting in the same spot. There's some drivers that will just sit down, like unload, and just sit there. Yeah, and I'm kind of like, man, seriously? And then there's some drivers, very rare, but then there will be some drivers that will switch a zip code, 50 times during the day. Because they're out exploring and looking around and all that kind of stuff. So let's get going. I had rain. I guess he said that they closed I-15 somewhere around Helena because they had like a foot of slush over there or something like that. Did they get snow over there? I gotta look it up. I gotta see what's up. Hey, you guys want to come to Spokane with me? Hey, they don't want to go.